Welcome to another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on a 31-year-old from Doncaster, England. His hockey journey has taken him to England, Scotland, and Australia. A staple of the Sheffield Rapiers, Steelhawks, and Scimitars, and is an ENL champion with the Sheffield Spartans. Ran a muck with the Adelaide Adrenaline of the Australian League, and probably ate Kangaroo. With Team GB has 1 gold and 2 silvers, but he is a living and playing legend with the Glasgow or Braehead Clan, where his jersey will be retired someday. Welcome to the shed, Matt Haywood.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for making the time.
No worries, man. Yeah, I'm finally got on here, which is good. We've been trying to arrange it for a few weeks now, haven't we? So
we have, yeah. I get into how we know each other, and I guess we've never spoke, right?
No, we know of each other. We know mutual friends, I suppose.
I guess Bouncy was one that said he wanted to help get you on. So did you grow up with Bouncy?
Yeah, I played with Bouncy since I was 5, 6 years old. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I know him that well.
Yeah. He's all right, guy, eh?
Well, I don't want to pump his tires too much on here. No. Everyone else already does that too much.
I agree. The other part was I tried to get you on with the clan group chat, but the time change is a bitch, right?
Yeah, you guys did it like midnight your time, didn't you? 5 a.m. my time. It was a little bit out of my.
I know. I took a nap before that one. The kids went to bed and I legit took an hour nap and woke up to pod. There's been some strange stuff happening. I got a couple 6 a.m.ers booked coming up too.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay. The other reason we would know each other was Matthew Waugh was just on. And he is scoring goals still with the clan, isn't he?
He is. He's doing what he does best, and he just scores goals. He
just keeps scoring goals.
He's a legend. What can you say? He's the king of Sheffield for a reason.
He really is. He's the best net front player I've ever seen. I don't know what you think.
It's insane. I haven't seen him miss a tip in 2 years.
Well, it's the tip and just the way he positions his body. It makes it look so simple, right? He just spins. His stick's always in the right place. He's always available. You know,
I was talking to a few guys when we signed him, and he said he used to tell people to shoot at his stomach so he could handle it in his stomach and spin whichever way he wants.
So knock it down and then spin and shoot.
Yeah, you got to have a bit of a barrel to do that, I think. But
I'm surprised I never got into it then.
Me too, mate. Me too.
So the other part was, though, we had planned on having Mars for Matthew, or taking the Waz to Mars. And then you guys didn't win, right?
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't win.
So who do you play next?
We got Sheffield tomorrow.
Where?
At home.
Well,
we're at home Wednesday, Saturday this week.
And you're at home Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And you got kids?
I got 2 kids.
Would they be in attendance for the matches?
Saturday, they'll be on Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Who's Saturday against?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, maybe I don't need to ask those hard questions.
Dundee? Maybe Dundee.
Well, I'm thinking Saturday, if your kids will be there Saturday and Royce's daughter will be there, maybe we could make Saturday. We could take all the kids to Mars, right?
I like that. I love Mars.
I mean, and then your kids can see it. Royce's daughter can see it, and then it's all for all of them, right? So what do you got?
Kids to Mars. What do you mean? Who do we got?
No, what do you got for kids?
Two girls. One's just turned 5, and one is she's 1, but she's like 15, 16 months, something like that.
So she might not get it as much, but the 5-year-old will get it.
Yeah, she should. Well, I hope so.
Okay. Well, I say we plan it for Saturday now, folks. They're not going to lose again, right?
No, can't lose again. Sure.
No. So I guess, well, we've kind of answered this, but where and what are you doing now?
I'm obviously playing, but I'm also at uni. I'm doing university as well. I'm doing an online kind of, it's a full uni course, but it's because of COVID, it's online, so it's kind of manageable.
What are you taking?
Quantity surveying, which is kind of like in construction. So if a project needs doing, they'll go to a quantity surveyor and they'll add up all the materials needed and things like that. Pretty.
Okay.
I think it's just one of those professions you can walk into a job as soon as you get the degree, sort of thing. So it's kind of what I wanted.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody's got to find their niche, right? Of how to
Yeah.
transition out of it, right?
Well, I was thinking I'm trying to tie it in with the end of my career too. I'm at that age where I got to start thinking about that now, which is
sucks, eh?
scary. It's pretty scary too.
It really is scary.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know everyone becomes firemen and firefighters, policemen and stuff. And I thought I didn't want to do that and try something different.
I agree. I'm not a policeman. I know that.
Yeah, what is it you do?
I'm engineering technical supervisor of a heat treatment company.
Nice.
Yeah, so I have a team of 5, and we do like the drawings of how to set up the wraps for heat treatment around the world. Yeah. So that's what I do.
Pays the bills, mate. Pays the bills.
Yeah, no. And also, folks, we got a whole bunch of 2 Ales and Hockey Tales jerseys that have landed in the UK. Gavin Evans has them. If you have bought one, he'll be reaching out or taking them to a Devils game, or we're going to have to get a few of them up to Sheffield even. But they are there, and I can't wait to see the picture of y'all wearing them. Oh, I'm going to get hot and bothered. Oh, man. And I'll get really excited when there's Mars all over the Glasgow ice on Saturday, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I got to get the wife to take a few pictures of it when it happens, a few videos or whatever, and send them to you.
I better see them, right? I have now seen them in Cardiff and Sheffield, so be nice.
Yeah, well,
nice to get into Scotland.
Well, yeah, you've got that's 3 out of the 4 countries. Then you just got to crack Belfast then now.
Wow, they're playing hard to get those Giants, but I never really liked them much either.
I know a couple of the British guys would be.
I had Colin Shields on, but that's about it.
Yeah,
he's about the only Giant. Anyways, so what else do we got here? So yeah, the Clan fans, I think they're awesome. I think they'll throw Mars bars on for sure, because one of my memories from hockey that I thought was really neat was when we went to Glasgow, the Cardiff fans would be there and would sing the Welsh national anthem in the crowd, right?
Yeah, I remember that. That's pretty cool, actually.
I loved it.
My granddad's actually Welsh. Well, was Welsh, so kind of got a special thing with the Welsh national anthem, because obviously they're all so proud to sing it, and obviously so are the Scots as well. So it's quite nice to have a lot of back and forth. It was create a good atmosphere, didn't it?
It really does create the atmosphere for the game when the crowd starts singing the national anthem and you're standing on the blue line. You almost get chills, right?
Well, you guys brought a lot of people up because you'd probably do the weekend, right? The Scottish weekend. You'd do it.
The 3 and 3. Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's always nice to end it in Dundee on the Sunday, so all the fans can just get right into one.
I've Glasgow on the Friday, Saturday, so they have a good night out.
Yeah. The Sunday, the fans call it Dundee drunk. I don't know why they get so carried away in Dundee, but they
drunk D.
So I've also, your other reason we would kind of know each other is your testimonials came up. So you had a testimonial with Glasgow. When was that?
The year we got cancelled for COVID. So I had it in February and we got cancelled for COVID in like March.
Oh, shout out to Matthew Myers, buddy. You'll get one someday.
You might get 2. He's like a year away from getting one, not even 2. I got really lucky, and plus obviously we had all those people flying in and out and stuff like that, and we got, if it was 2 or 3 weeks later, it wouldn't have happened. All guys would have got stranded over here.
So who did you bring over? Levitt was over there, right?
Yeah, Levy, Levy. Myezy, keeper, Chris Frank.
Really? All these shed guys, eh?
All the shed guys. I had to say those guys first. Scott Arson. I tried to get Salts over, but he couldn't make it. I think everyone I asked, I only had 2 people who couldn't make it, which is really good.
That's good. People get busy when they're out of hockey, Yeah,
I know. And it was like on a Tuesday night too, and they all came for the week, which is great. Like they all brought the wives over and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was the best.
But isn't it your, like, what you make out of the thing? Don't you pay for them to come over with that?
Yeah. So I have like, I think we had 5 events during the season, and then that kind of the revenue you get from that pays for the rink pays for pretty much everything you need to pay for, then you get all the other revenue from that.
Huh. Yeah, we don't have that in Canada. Nobody knows about that in
It's
Canada.
a really British thing, actually. It's quite cool to explain it every year, especially last year when it was that year. It was quite cool. Everyone, all the current team were like obviously helping me out with all the events and stuff, and they were amazing. Like they jumped on board. It was just an excuse to have like a fun time as well. We had like race nights. Did you ever do race nights in Cardiff where they did like virtual
race nights?
Yeah, so like what they'll do is they have like a little betting station, and you have like old virtual or horse races from the past, like random ones on the TV, and you bet on it So it's pretty. It's like a mini like going to the horse.
You're at you're at the horse races, but they're just not live. No, we have not done that.
But the last race we had the guys dress up as horses and they ran around the room and we bet like a live betting on.
There had to have been some beers consumed before that race.
Oh, multiple. And they had the horse, the horse and jockey costumes with the little legs and stuff. We had those, yeah. I think one guy did his back, didn't play for like a month after that.
Well, I would say they would probably say a lot about you, even though I've never met you, that all those guys cleared their schedules to make it over there. I know I was invited to Richie's and I had just started working in the real world somewhat, and I just didn't have the holidays to go over there, right? Like, I don't know if you knew this, but when you start working at 32 years old or 33 years old, you still start out with only 2 weeks of holidays for the year.
Yeah, you did come over for something, all right? You came over at one bit.
Yeah. They had,
I remember seeing you shirtless in the stands or something. I remember
something like that. Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, they had a Wally night, and I got a little carried away. That was it. Right. Actually, that what's crazy about this? How I started the shed and all that is that all happened November 2019, and it wasn't long after that you weren't allowed to do much. So if they wouldn't have done it right then and there, it would have never happened, and I would have never remembered who I used to be, and I probably wouldn't be out in my shed doing this and having a blast.
Well, everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah. So thanks, Devils, again, way to go. But anyways, and that's shout out to Matt Cruther, goalie. His nephew has hemophilia, and we are raising money for that with raffling off his game worn jersey and stick on my website, aleshockeytales.com. All the money we raised will go to the hemophilia charity. So buy tickets for that. And I also, this Matt Sundin signed game worn jersey is also up for raffle, and that one ends in 4 days, folks. And right now you'd have a 1 in 61 chance of winning. So that's a pretty good odds to win a Matt Sundin signed jersey, I'd say. And there's clothes up for sale now. So, anyways. Okay. What else do I got here? So growing up in Doncaster, England. Where's that? Is that by Sheffield then?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes away from Sheffield, really. So obviously played Sheffield from when I was 6, 7 till I was 18.
How'd you get into ice hockey?
My dad's aunt and uncle used to live in Brampton, near Toronto.
Really?
And then they moved back over and wanted to see if there was hockey over there, and ended up taking me to a Sheffield Steelers game, and then from there I just wanted to skate, play. But you know what it's like when you're a kid, you see something fun, and yeah, I've been doing it for 25 years now.
So then you got into like minor hockey in Sheffield then right away at 6, 7 years old and just took it. But it said your older brother, research team found it, your older brother plays too still.
He's in Sheffield still.
Mm-hmm. So he would have been playing too then.
Yeah, I've only played with him once, and that was for the Scimitars, which is the league below our league right now. But he was always 2 years above me, so whenever I moved up to like say under 16s, he just moved out of under 16.
Right, so you always missed each other.
Yeah, but he's doing well. He wasn't going to play this year, and then they signed him late, like in October or something. And I think he's having a good season anyway. He's scoring a few goals.
So would he have a job on the side of that?
Yeah, he's got a full-time job. It's pretty easy, that league below. You only train, I think they train twice a week at night, and then 2 games of the weekend.
So you grew up with Bouncy, so you guys had to have had a pretty good team.
Yeah, we were always good. Well, saying that, a lot of our guys didn't actually get good till 16, 15, 16. Like, but we were always the best team in the country, but our good guys kind of left to like stop playing hockey at that age, or like they moved on to different teams or whatever. So then, like, Bouncy is like a week younger than me, but he was a year younger than me in hockey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm
You're a late
December
birthday.
27th. Yeah, he's obviously January. He's January, whatever he is.
Okay. I saw you guys were on the same teams a bunch. And then,
Yeah, so when I
what
was
are the
12 years,
Midlands?
Midlands is a regional team, so they have a regional tournament every year. It used to be held in Hull. Do you ever play in Hull?
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
Stingrays.
Yeah.
The worst bench for a team ever. It's like a pig pen.
Guildford's the same as that.
Really? The team that's in the
Yeah.
league now.
Yeah.
It's like a pig pen. I felt
It's
like,
awful.
yeah.
It
was, but
not the
yeah.
first time.
But like, seriously, there would be like, what, 15 of us on the bench, and you're in a
There's
square.
one door in the middle.
Yeah, and you're trying to figure out who's up next so that they can stand at the bench
Yeah.
or on the side and like see what's happening in the game. And then you got the guys stuck behind the door. It was a mess.
The bed and the boards are so high too, you can't really jump over them.
Not with my little legs.
Yeah, no. Maybe the big guys can, but me and you can.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah. So that's where that was. But I saw a couple other guys that would be on your regional team then were Farmer and Laco.
Yeah, Lakovic, yeah. Yeah, Farmer played with me towards the end of Sheffield. Then me and him kind of were training and playing with the Steelers, and then he got took full time with the Steelers, and then he obviously went to Nottingham after that. He's from Nottingham originally, anyway. But,
Okay.
Yeah, he had a pretty good career.
So what all makes up the Midlands? What towns?
Oh, there was like Sheffield, Nottingham were the main two, and then there's places you won't have heard of. They're not really in the league.
Okay.
And then like Hull and that it was split into Scotland, North, Midlands, Southeast, Southwest. Pretty much like a five team tournament.
Well, so when I grew up, I was always on like one team for the year, right? It was just one team. That was my team. And there was one year you played for the Sheffield Scimitars, Steelhawks, and Spartans.
So it was under 19s, and then men's third league, then men's second league.
And you play like full season with all three?
Yeah, obviously I couldn't make most games, but like a lot of the times we'd all play in the same day. So I'd play like 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock with the under 19s, and I'd play 4 o'clock with the and then I'd play 7 o'clock. I wouldn't get many shifts for the like Scimitars or whatever, because I was 15, 16.
But every team was different dudes. So you're on 3 different teams.
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, British guys who played in our league about my age would have done the same.
There's a lot of kids that if you're under 19, you have a hard time keeping your one team schedule, right? Like being on time for those practices games. You had to do that for 3.
Well, I was lucky they were kind of all on the same night, which was good. So I couldn't really be late for the second two.
So what was it like then? 2007, 8. What do I got here? This is you make Team GB for the first time, an under 18. Is that right?
Yeah. We went to Estonia. I think we went that year. Did we get silver? I think we got silver that year.
Where is Estonia?
It's kind of Russia side of Europe. I think it's kind of near like Ukraine. Because
Pigs went there before our skiing trip, and he came mid skiing trip from Estonia, and I still don't know where that is.
It's amazing. It's such a good city.
Really?
Great. Yeah.
And you went there for the under 18s?
Yeah.
And what'd you get? Silver?
Yeah, I think we were in a group with like Spain, China, things like that.
Who beat you?
Estonia. I think we lost to.
Don't tell me the Spanish beat you.
No, I think we beat Spain in this is a story all the guys actually love. We actually beat Spain 6-5 in overtime. And Bouncy will tell you this. They had the best power play I've ever seen. Even to this day, I've not seen a power play that good. They had like 5.
Shut up.
They had 5 like North American, quite a lot of North American like Spanish dual nationals. So they were actually they were a good team, and they were. We asked Bouncy about it.
I've never heard of Spain having an ice hockey team in the World Championships of any level, so I don't know what you're saying that they're good.
They were good. We only beat them 6-5 in overtime.
The only thing I could think of for Spanish ice hockey was when I went to Barcelona before a cruise, the end of my career or whenever it was. But right beside the Barcelona soccer stadium, there's an ice hockey rink, and Barcelona has a hockey team. Did you know that?
Yeah, they have roller hockey as well. Roller hockey's huge in Spain, I think.
I could see that. That'd be a lot cheaper.
One of the
than
guys
keeping
on our
ice.
team, one of the guys on our team is actually like half Spanish, and he played in Spain during COVID.
Really?
Yeah, he said it was pretty good.
Huh. I never knew Spain had a league until I went to check out the soccer stadium or football stadium. And then next door was the hockey rink. And I was with a fella, PJ Fenton. We went and checked it out. Okay. Interesting stuff. But okay, so you went to Estonia and you lose. So you don't know what team beat you? Maybe China?
I think Korea. It might have been Korea.
Oh, Korea. Yeah. Okay. Well, the goalies for that team, fun fact, were Bouncy and Murdy, eh?
You played with Murdy as well.
I didn't play with him, but I met him. He had he'd like cut his thumb sharpening skate as the backup goalie, and then couldn't be the backup goalie, and is now transitioned to equipment manager. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Thomas. That's Thomas for you.
I'm gonna have to get him in the shed at some point here. That's an interesting story too. Okay, not the next season, but 2009-10 is a pretty life-changing season for you, I think. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
The Scimitars in the EPIHL. You play 52 games and score 32 goals and have 66 points. So you're basically saying I'm too good for this league. And you only got 4 games with Sheffield Steelers. So is that like a dream come true for you to play for the Sheffield Steelers at that point?
Yeah, it was at the time. Obviously, I grew up watching the Steelers, and obviously all the old players they still talk about now, like Shooter, and obviously Shooter's son's playing for him now, which just makes me feel nice and old. Yeah, but it was amazing to like play for them at that time. And I mean, I think I drove up to Edinburgh like from Sheffield and didn't like get a shift or whatever. Like it was just, but for the experience, it was amazing. I think one of my first games was the Sheffield Nottingham Boxing Day game in Nottingham, so it's like sold out, and I'd never played in front of any I think for the 20s I played in Hungary, and that was like 4,000 or 5,000. So I've never played in anything over that before, and it was just mental. Honestly, it was crazy.
Well, the first time you play in front of a lot of fans for the first time, I guess it'd be different for that because that's just all of a sudden right away. For me, it was, I guess, junior B. Like as you get through the playoffs, it keeps getting fuller and fuller until you're in the finals, and like there's a lineup around the building, and that's when you're like, wow, we're really doing it. But when you're a kid you're playing for the Scimitars, I bet you they get about 100 fans, 200, 3.
Yeah, probably 400 max, maybe, depending on the shift.
And then you go from that to thousands and thousands, and they're into it.
Well, I was Nottingham away, and they had like extra seating behind, so that it must have been like 8,000 maybe there. Yeah, it was crazy, and I think Huey and that Bruce Richardson fought that game. I think it was crazy. I don't really remember the game too much, but I just remember being in like warm up, and I skated around, shot, like hit the crossbar. I was just skating around feeling really good, and everyone was just booing me because I missed in the net, like give me the finger. I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy, man.
It really is eye-opening when they really get into it, right?
Yeah. All right, so you should see when we go to Fife now. It's like that's a whole new level than that, I think.
Yeah, Fife, they're always a little, they can get interesting in the crowd, right?
Well, especially against us. Like I feel like whenever I speak to the Brits whenever I speak to the Brits around the league, like Fife's pretty bad. Like I'm like and then obviously if they play for us, like it's all different. And like they bring loads of fans to us, and we bring loads of fans to those guys, and it's an amazing atmosphere. It's great, actually.
I like a little animosity,
Yeah, that's the best thing about it, right? Like it's that little edge to it, and like
you need that makes it fun, right?
Yeah, nothing better than like keeping them quiet, or like, you know what I mean? It's the best.
Oh, for sure. Okay. Well, what else do we got here? So that same year, I was saying that's a life-changing year for you, is you also make the World Junior team in under 20, right?
Yeah, that was with Pete Russell, the guy who's a GB coach now. Actually, he was the coach.
Yeah, I actually was sent his contact info ages ago to get him in the shed, and then I totally got sidetracked.
He's really good. You would actually he would be really good on this. Actually, he's like
Yeah,
Rain Man. I call him
that
Rain Man.
that's what the guy that told me to have him on said. He's his
Yeah,
Rain Man.
yeah, he is. That's the best way to describe it, man. He's like he'd be the most enthusiastic guy, but then if he gets talking about like systems and stuff, he just goes like can't even understand him. And he's Scottish too, so he might be hard for you to understand.
Oh, the Scottish accents are my toughest ones to understand. So do you start to sound a little Scottish? Not really, eh? And if you don't grow up Scottish, you don't really. It's not gonna like. Because I had a guy on from my hometown that's now living in Texas, and he sounds like he's from Texas. Yeah.
Well, I think you notice it more if my friends from Doncaster all say I sound quite Scottish or whatever.
The people that knew you before, right?
Yeah, they all used to treat me for like sounding a bit Canadian when I used to go home in the summers and stuff. Because if I spoke how I spoke down there, nobody would. No, none of the guys on the team would understand a word I was saying. So, well, you know, like Bouncy's hard to understand.
Bouncy is. I talk about how Scottish accents are tough, and you know, they're probably the hardest for me to understand. But Bouncy's might be the worst. I don't even know what it is.
He mumbles, so Bouncy mumbles.
That must be what it is. So you guys won gold though, eh?
Yeah.
In the under 20s. Where was that?
That was in Hungary.
Hungary. So what town in Hungary?
It's Debrecen.
Debrecen?
Yeah, it's like the second biggest city. It's like obviously not Budapest or something, but
did they have a team that plays pro? What's the rink like?
The rink was incredible. It was like a 9,000 seater or something.
And that's the other big crowd you've been in front of?
That was the biggest one, I think. Maybe not mine. Maybe it might be exaggerated. Maybe 6. But it was the biggest rink I've ever played in. It was kind of similar size to Sheffield, I'd say. Okay. Height wise, it was more like NHL kind of.
Yeah, big bowl type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it ended up the last game was versus Hungary, like 1 versus 2 seeds, and whoever won the gold. So it was like full, and it was like live on TV. Like we obviously
you're the road team. And what's the score of that game?
I think we won on penalty shots that game, but they were
penalty shots.
Yeah.
Huh. Whoa.